Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Starmade and our Monopoly game. We are actually very close to the finish. I mean, there are not too many more features that we really have to add before everything is functional and can be tested. In the previous episode, if you remember, we have taken care of the chance cards right here. I took myself the liberty of adding a little text right here so the players do know which one is which. So right now we were lucky and we would be getting 1,000 bucks. Nice. However, what we still have to do is the other side, which are basically, I think they're called the community cards, if I'm not wrong. However, I do need a word that is exactly the same length, just because of symmetry purposes and it just looks better. So I thought it's like the community chests, right? So why don't we just call them chest maybe? Chest? No! But what we could do is chests. Yeah, I think we're gonna go for chests, just so that we have the same amount of letters. So I already made this 5 high so that we have an easier game here. And I'm gonna make my 6 letters, isn't it? That would be the E, then the S, then a T, and another S. Okay, there we go. Now, the community cards usually are made with blue, at least in my memory. So that's the color we are gonna use. So we have a C, we also need an H, so something along these lines. Then we are going to need an E. There you go, buddy. And we are going to need an S. I think an S. Oh man, how is an S made? I totally forgot. Maybe... No. Let me actually find a word that we have in here that has an S. I do believe we have used at least one S, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, look at that. So 3, 1, 2, and this... Oh man, I would never have figured that out. So 3, 1, 2, and then this little L-shape thingy-majiggy. Beautiful. Okay, yeah, I can totally see this working. We just have to make another T and another S. And here we go, beautiful. It still looks kind of weird because there's no encasement, something we are gonna take care of right now. And then we need to make some adjacent cards that kind of represent the symbol we have currently on our map, or the board, you know what I mean. Or maybe you don't. That is absolutely the possibility with all the babbling I'm doing at the moment. Anyways, just... Okay, so how did we make the community cards? Oh no, don't tell me this is it. It could be totally this. Ah, no. We have to change this. I mean, the rails are okay. They are quite clear what they are. Also, the chance cards are clear, and these things are clear as well. What is not so clear is this thing right here. What is this? I think this might be... Yeah, this is like a tax that you have to pay, a flat tax. And then this would be the community chests, like this one here as well. But I want to make this more clear, so we are going to remove those cargo thingamajiggies. How many more do we have of those? We have maybe one on each side, I guess. No, there doesn't seem to be one on this side. Okay, I see. Anyways, how do we want to make this symbol? It needs to be blue, so maybe we just make a blue question mark. I mean, this would be like the clearest indication, right? Blue question mark, you have to take the blue stuff here, the blue chest stuff, and the red question mark would be the chance cards. I mean, with the amount of pixels I have, this might actually be really the best solution. So let me actually try this out. I'm gonna exchange all of these community chest fields with a blue question mark. Okay, there we go, said and done, and we just have to do the same thing right here. So if I'm not mistaken, it's like 4 by 6. So it is a little bit higher than the other letters. But there we go, let's do this and also give it a nice encasement, such as this. Great, look at that. Oh yeah, I think this is abundantly clear. Let's actually get rid of this text, there we go. Oh, by the way, that reminds me, we should also, as soon as the next player actually does his turn, we want to reset that. So maybe we drag a line from this guy to the reset button right here, and we do the same thing on the other side. So when a player draws a chance card, such as this back 3 card, then as soon as the next player will click here in order to light up his lamp, it will also reset the cards. Let's actually test this out. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. That was actually an easy fix for that, so we don't have to reset manually, but we still can if we wanted to. Maybe there are occasions where we have to draw multiple cards. I don't know what happens. But here we go. Let me quickly finish the other question mark, and then we can basically start to decide what goes on our community cards. I have no idea. We'll have to actually Google this a little bit just to see what is on the cards in general. So I'm gonna do just that, and then, oh, I just see something is broken with my dice system, or is it? Uh-oh. I knew this would happen, and now I have no idea what is going on behind the scenes. Yeah, it's not stopping at the moment. Well, that is something I can tend to off camera. I'm sure there is an easy fix, and it's just something that is broken right now. Anyways, guys, I will catch you in just a second. Alright guys, back we are. After about 1 to 2 hours of camera work, I can say we can finally get to the next step. What I did in between these 2 clips is I rearranged the chance cards a little bit, and I also included all of the chests cards. So right now the basic direction is that a chance card is a real chance, so you don't really know if it is something good or not good until you executed it, except for the jail out card. But now there are more cards like go forwards a few spaces, etc, etc. And for the community chest cards it's a little bit different. Here it's more concrete. For instance, let's just check it out. Oh no, I just see a mistake right here that we need to fix. So let's see. Oh, there are 2 modules activated. Oh, that is not good. You should only really activate 1. Oh, I can see the problem here. I have a few too many of these bad boys right here. That is kind of a shame, so we have to kind of screw the symmetry. Now let's see which one is the correct one. So what did I just deactivate? Oh no, 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 no. We don't want that. Let's deactivate both of these guys and just activate 1. So here we have fine 20 and 50, and what do we have here? Here we have tax 500. Oh, that is a bummer. I made a huge mistake with these 2 guys. So let me actually note that down quickly, so that I know that I'm gonna have to replace both of these guys, or at least one of them. Let's see, which one is this? It's the fine 20 and 50. So let's remove this and get rid of it completely. And now we're basically missing 1 module, aren't we? No, actually it's just shifted a little bit. Maybe I added the fine 20 and 50 right here as well. Yeah, look at that. Actually everything is alright, apart from that we do not really have symmetry going on here. This is a little beauty mistake, but I'm too lazy to fix this all. I mean, come on, look at all the cabling that I would have to redo. Anyways, you can see the principle behind this. The logic is going to be hidden anyways. Let's now actually tend to the new part of the project. I kind of thought about the concept of how can we actually indicate how much we have to pay when we land on a certain field, how much we have to pay in order to get it, what are the changes once we actually have purchased a couple of houses, etc, etc. And I decided to go full crazy and actually make a display for that as well. So what we currently have is a little bit of a rearrangement with the lamps. As you can see right here on the top, I decided this is the indication who actually owns the tile. So for instance, I'm gonna go right here and then I'm gonna purchase this tile as a blue player. Now here I own this field, okay, and as soon as I bought 1 house I can activate this lamp, and we know that we now have activated 1 house, 2 houses, 3, 4 houses, and finally the hotel. Okay, the only thing I think I'm not gonna implement, at least just yet, is the mortgage. I don't even know how the concept of mortgage works in Monopoly, but maybe we're gonna tend to that another time, I don't know. So I did this with all of the fields that you can actually own, such as the railroads, for instance, as well. You can see I can indicate that the red player owns this. Okay, with that out of the way, let me explain how I want to display the information. So as soon as you get on a tile, you may want to know what it is about. You may want to have a look at the card, and for that you are simply going to activate the button corresponding with the field. And once we activate this button, then the display is going to react to that. So the way I did it is I selected this guy and I dragged a line down here in order to go to a small representation of the board, basically. So here we have all of the fields of the board, and I can just hook them up to, for instance, this guy, and it is going straight up into another one of these circles, just so that we don't have to look at all the cables. And from behind here, we are going to activate all of the necessary things in the display. The first thing we want to know, of course, is how much do we have to pay per house, and this is based on the official Monopoly card. So at the bottom we can see how much we have to pay for a house. We also see the mortgage value, which I'm not gonna add, as I said. The next thing we actually see is the prices for the rent with 1, 2, 3, 4 houses and a hotel. So that's the next thing we want to show. So I think what I'm gonna do is separate this into two categories. The first one is gonna be just the hotel, so the price for a night at the hotel, and then we're gonna have another section where I'm gonna try to make it a little bit smaller, but maybe at least we can save us a little bit of space by having, for instance, house 1 and 2 in one row and then house 3 and 4 in one row. But yeah, I will have to think about that a little bit. And then all the way on the top, we're gonna have the actual price that you have to pay in order to just buy the card, you know, to own it, basically. So yeah, I think I will have to do a lot of boring work and figuring out how to space everything so that it looks nice. But basically this is going to remain the center. From here on out we're gonna have numbers and displays, and this side right here is always gonna remain the same. So I guess with that out of the way, we are going to require a couple of materials. Thinking about it, we're gonna need so many things. So what do I currently have in the production? The purple rods. Do I need... No, I don't need any more purple. What I need is black rods. There we go. We're gonna activate that production, and we're gonna need a whole bunch of that. For just one number, we actually need 25 modules. Now the prices are gonna be very small, so for instance, most of the time we're only gonna have like 3 digits. But in some occasions, especially with the hotels, we're also gonna have 4-digit prices, so we're just gonna have to deal with that. What we are also going to need is tons of sand, which I have. We need Whitehall. This might actually be enough, and black hole to spell out the words. I also need activation modules. For every black light, I need at least 1 activation module, so I'm also gonna have to get that out of the way. But yeah, let me do some crafting, and once I'm through with that, I'm gonna be right back. Alright guys, it is now once again quite a bit later, and I think I am now done with the cards display. That's what I'm gonna call it. So as you can see on the top, we have the actual price to purchase the field, then we have the rent, so how much a player has to pay for actually landing on the tile, then we have the rent for the various houses. We have 1 house, 2 houses, 3 and 4 houses, and each are being displayed right here. Now the reason I only have 3 displays or 3 digits for the 1 and 2 houses is because there's never gonna be a price higher than 999. Actually, it's gonna be quite a bit lower than that. However, as soon as we have 3 houses for the more expensive tiles, there is gonna be prices higher than 1000. And finally, we have the rent hotel and the cost per house. So there we go. One thing I want to fix that I just saw is this little mistake right here. We want to move everything a little bit further to the right. There we go, much better. Okay, now let's do one of the cards together. Let's assume we want to see the display for this card right here. So I already activated it, and also this thingy-majingy right here should be activated. So this is what we want to use in order to activate all of the values. Now I googled Monopoly cards and I just saved one of these images, and I'm gonna do it according to this, because looking through it, The numbers seemed to be reasonable. Okay, so now not to get confused too much, I think we might have to do something similar we did right here. And that is to make a little system so that we keep the overview of the cables. So I'm gonna start with my first card somewhere along these lines. Let's see, I have no idea. Maybe we actually do it from the bottom up or from the top down. Yeah, let's do it from the top down. So we're gonna start right here. This is gonna be our first field, and then we just progress down the line. So obviously, as soon as this guy is activated, then this guy will also be activated, and we can use this in order to display the information. So the price for the first thing is gonna be 60 units or 60 credits, whatever the heck it is. So let's see if we can accomplish this. It's always a little bit confusing because I have to do it mirrored. 60 would be something along these lines, 3 down, then we do, I guess, this, and that. That looks like a 6. And of course the 0 is gonna be very, very easy, something along these lines. Great! Okay, now we already have this information displayed, and I think it's good if we do it like so. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You know, we could also have these 2 tiles right here filled, or these 2 digits, but I think like this it makes more sense. Good. The rent without a house is only gonna be $2 for this one. So we do a number 2 right here, I guess. Number 2 goes something along these lines, I believe. Yeah, that looks about right. What is the next information? The rent for 1 house goes right here, which is 10. So we want to do a number 1 and a number 0 right here. Good. The rent for 2 houses is going to be 30. So we need a 3 right here. Now let's see. Oh man, I'm getting confused again. 3, 3, 3. Yeah, we would have to make something along these lines, I guess. That looks like a 3 to me, and then something like that. Okay, let's check out how it already looks, just to be sure we are not doing anything wrong. Okay, so we can see the rent for 1 and 2 houses, 10, and oh, there's something wrong. Did I forget to select a guy? No, but it looks as though I hooked something up the wrong way here. Oh my gosh, that is not good. So I'm just going to remove this guy and then attach another black light, something like that. Okay, 30, that looks much better. Let's continue with 3 and 4 houses. 3 houses would be 90 for this tile. So we have to make, oh no, number 9. Jeez. Probably this, yeah, woo! And the price for 4 houses is actually already 160. So we can start here with the number 1, and then number 6 would be something along these lines. And of course we need also a number 0. There we go. Great, now let's do the hotel, which is 250 already. That's, you know, mind you, for the first tile, we are gonna go really high up once we reach these dark blue tiles, for instance. So 250, we need to do that, and oh no, number 5. How could that look? We probably start along these lines, go down and down like so. Great. Oh no, I just see that this is a number 5 the way I would look, so we have to do it the other way around. There we go. Now it looks like a number 2, but it is really a number 5. So last but not least, we have the cost per house, which in this case is 50. So we have to add another number 5, something along these lines, and a 0. Great, look at that. Okay, let's test it out. Let's see if we can actually activate it from the point where I want it to. So there we go. Oh gosh, what happened here? Why do we have a number 2 activated? What is going on? Okay, I think that might have been a mistake from before. I'm not exactly sure, but oh no. Did I reach the connection limit or something? Oh my gosh, yes, I cannot see the connections anymore. Oh, that is horrible. Look at that, I cannot see all of the connections. Oh my gosh, my worst nightmares. Okay, suddenly I can see the connections again, so that seems to be fine. But there we go, guys. These are the final digits. We have a price of 60 and a rent of 2, rent with 1 hotel 10, etc, etc. You can read it for yourself, hopefully. That is the basic aim. Now let's deactivate this bad boy once again and see, yeah, everything has been deactivated, and here we can get the information. Now, of course, it could be a thing that we basically automatically show the information for the tile the current player is on. So for instance, if the blue player is on the first tile, it will automatically display this information, and only in relation with the actual turn of the player. So as soon as we switch to the player 2, to the red player, then it will show the information of the tile the red player is on. But I do think it actually limits you a little bit. For instance, what if you actually wanted to, you know, pop up information about this tile? Then you could only do that when somebody is actually on this tile and it's his or her turn. So I'm not sure, that might be a little bit counterproductive in my opinion. So maybe we're just gonna leave it at that, so you can manually check whatever the heck the card is about. But man, guys, I'm not sure how much footage I got together for this episode, but it took me a really long time to edit. I mean, look at this. No, actually, the editing part is not even done yet. What I meant to say, it took me a long time to do the off-camera work. But yeah, I think I will do at least 1 or 2 more cards just to see if I'm gonna end up with issues with all of my connections. I mean, before I just couldn't see them anymore, it was so weird. But yeah, guys, with that out of the way, I think we have done a whole bunch towards the finishing progress of this game, and I'm sure after maybe 1 or 2 more episodes, I'm not sure. I mean, what kind of features am I still missing? I'm not sure. I mean, it seems to me as though I have covered most of the features that we need in order to play a proper game. But yeah, there's gonna be at least a polishing episode that just has to be, you know, for instance, right here we are experiencing a bug that I don't know where it's coming from, and also we might want to beautify it, we might want to split it apart from my current space station, etc. And then of course we're gonna play a game of Monopoly with the guys on the server. But with that out of the way, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great time, and hopefully I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Bye bye.